Wow, Toll, the nation's luxury home builder. We managed to grow from a small family-owned business to a publicly owned company. We're in more than 20 states and over 60 distinct markets. We're pretty proud of that footprint.
I've been looking at plans for 23 years now, Toll. If you look back 20 years ago, I've been in this business for quite some time. And the land at this point, you have to get more creative. And so in some of the easy, farmer parcels just aren't as available as they used to be. So it's become more of a challenge, I would say, in some respects.
Toll's a national builder. As I mentioned, we're in multiple states, multiple markets. Right now, currently, we have low-pressure sewer systems in construction or in design and in the approval process in Southern California, in the Reno, Nevada market, in the Florida market, most notably Palm Beach County. It's a new market for us with low-pressure sewer and E1. We're also in Virginia, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. We currently have 2 projects in production in the Philadelphia suburbs with low-pressure sewer and E1 specified. When I stepped into the role I'm in now, I had the opportunity to contact E1, introduce myself, introduce my department, the Land Development Department, and to talk about low-pressure sewer and how it could serve Toll Brothers. E1's distribution network was an important part of that relationship when we first engaged directly with the corporate office. I recognized very quickly that their footprint overlapped our footprint almost on a national basis. All those components kind of came together and it got to us where we are today with our partnership with E1 and low-pressure sewer systems.
E1 low pressure can be a developer's best friend in some respects. From an estimator standpoint, and we're looking at conceptual plans or we're early into the project, you have an opportunity to work with the topography and not fight it. There are properties in all shapes and sizes, but some go away from the road, above the road, and so in those circumstances, a lot of times our solution is to put a pump station in. And anymore, pump stations are expensive.
The concept of low-pressure sewer, as E1 calls it, all-terrain sewer, allows us to build a premium home with a light touch on the land. If you have a large parcel of ground that is heavily wooded, if I can build as close to the natural contours as I possibly can, there are fewer trees that I need to cut down. There's less earthwork that I need to move. And these are all savings to Toll Brothers in our cost of development. It also allows us to move the home anywhere on the building lot that we choose. We're not constrained to a gravity sewer lateral in the street. We can stagger the homes from various setbacks to the right-of-way, where typically with a gravity sewer connection and not a lot of forethought, your homes are going to be uniformly set back from the right-of-way. And you could stand on one porch and look down the row and see every neighbor's front porch. When Bob Toll, our founder, first started in the business, one of the earliest home sites he went to, all those homes were lined up at the exact same offset from the right-of-way. And Bob said it was like the Christmas Story. He could get his Red Ryder BB gun out, and with one BB pellet, he could shoot out every porch light because all the houses were exactly lined up at the same setback from the right-of-way. And he said it's just not how he wanted to build homes. That's just bad land development. That's bad land planning.
Reno, Nevada has a project that we had been looking at for 10 years, trying to figure out the entitlement process and actually get a viable plan together. And for the longest time, the hurdles were working with pump stations and gravity sewer. And so we introduced the project to E1, and they were able to take a look at a sewer study for us. And 10 years later, we actually got this job to go through. And to be honest, until we introduced that style of sewer, this project was having a hard time for 10 years. The E1 really made Asante what it is today.
The long-term O&M of the E1 product was really appealing to us. It's reported that they have a 10 to 12 year service interval, 20 to 25 year service life. That's for an appliance at your home. Speaking from personal experience, I just recently replaced the furnace in my home. I have my third dishwasher in my house and my third washing machine and my second dryer. House is 18 years old. Comparing that to the E1 technology, I wish they were all as reliable as the reported quality of the E1 product.